Good evening, all, and welcome to the 1927 podcast. A little bit different tonight because there's no football to report on due to the postponement of Cardiff City versus Watford. So, as well as my co-host for the 1927 club this evening, I am also joined by my co-host from the Flower Hour. So, good evening, first of all, Rhys. How are we, my friend?
Evening, all good, all good. I asked Santa for Rob Boyle to come on, and Santa delivered.
Count yourself lucky. I've done 2 shows in a week now.
That's good. That's good for you. You're up in your game.
Everyone knows I'm a prize fighter. I only come on when there's guests on or whatever. So you should all feel blessed that I'm doing 2 shows in a week. I
was going to say, what does it feel like being on the most recognised show on Cardiff City World?
On a Saturday, you mean?
No. How are you doing, Matt? You all right?
Yeah, sound, but it's nice. I'm glad to. It's nice to have a catch up with you both. It's been a while, so
yes. I don't think we've ever done one, all 3 of us together, have we? I don't think.
No, we might have done
my first one. My first one was in Spain. It was.
We can't count that, man. You was off your thinking tits on lager, man.
Yeah. So it's nice for us to have a catch up, the 3 of us, isn't it? So I know in a way it's a blessing. There's no football this weekend, so got to think.
I was disappointed, but you can understand it, I suppose.
Yeah, we've got a meeting this weekend now, haven't we? So that's what I see, mate. We didn't lose this weekend, so happy days.
Yeah. I didn't see the final results, but I think I posted something in the in our WhatsApp chat earlier on that the results didn't really favour us today. I don't think today. Either of you looked at results? I see Pompey were having a good win.
QPR had a good win, mind. Smashing Norwich, 3-0 last time I seen.
Was it?
Yeah, fair play QPR. That's a massive win for them, that is. Norwich are not easy side to turn over. Like, we found it the hard way. They're a tough side. We beat them. But I think it shows that Wednesday's a must win for us against Preston.
Yeah, that's not a result you want, in fairness, is it? QPR winning, Coventry won, Blackburn won, Portsmouth won. That's not great, really, is it, in the grand scheme of things?
Where does that leave us in the league table now? Have we gone up or down at all? Well, we wouldn't have gone up because obviously we didn't play.
I think we literally one spot above the relegation zone now, we are.
Yeah. Excuse me.
But
yeah.
This month, we got Watford, Sheffield United coming up. Preston, Oxford. We've got to pick up points this month now. We can't be going into January in the relegation zone. You're overpaying for players, and
yeah, I think Oxford started off really well, didn't they? Obviously new to the championship. Perhaps they were riding the crest of the wave type of thing, but they seem to have gone. I'm not going to curse it too much, but they seem to have their forms dipped quite a bit, really.
Yeah, they're dropping like a rock now. They are that big time. 1 win in 5 for Oxford. I'm just looking now. Yeah, Cardiff just outside the bottom 3. Portsmouth, beg your pardon, got a game in hand over Cardiff as well, which would take them potentially.
Did Plymouth play today, or are they playing tomorrow?
Called off, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, they're off. They were, mate. They were supposed to play Oxford today. They got called off.
Let's see, the Merseyside derby was called off. Have you seen any of the videos of the new stadium and all the water that was running down the steps and that for Everton?
No.
Oh, it's bonkers. Have a little look on that later. It's absolutely bonkers. It was supposed to have been the last Merseyside derby today at Goodison way. Obviously, they're hopefully going into the new one next year, but the water running down the steps. I don't know if anybody in the chat have seen it either today, but yeah, it was bonkers. You know, like
that'll be nice. So next year, won't it?
Yeah.
One stadium in the championship.
Yeah, but they had a good win in the week. Mind, in fairness, Everton. I know it's not Cardiff City talk, but 4-0 against Wolves. Well, it is a little bit Cardiff City, really, because did you see the reaction of the Wolves supporters towards Gary O'Neill and the Wolves players?
Yeah. He's got a tough job, man. He's got a tough job. They've sold players from under him. There's no money to spend. I mean, Lopetegui left the job because there's no money to spend. He had to sell. So he's working with his hand side behind his back, like, I mean, so fair play to him for doing what he's done so far.
Gary O'Neill got nominated for Manager of the Month, though, for November as well, which is wild.
Yeah, it's a bit bonkers. Like Rhys just mentioned, is what do the fans expect? Like, I suppose that type of club, you're just hoping to stay in the Premier League, and that's no disrespect to them, but they're not a club who are going to go out and spend 20, 30 million like most of the teams in the Premier League can do. I suppose, you look at the top 6, top 8 teams that can do that. But, yeah, it's a difficult job,
Well, they've also got that Portuguese sporting director who signs all the players for the manager. I mean, that's going to be a hard job anyway, having players you've never heard of half them being signed by someone else or being told this is what you've got, work with him. That's going to be tough, like.
What do you mean, like they got at Cardiff?
That's a transfer committee, that is.
Yeah.
They never get... They don't get nothing wrong, they don't. And if you want to complain about that, we've got to approach them properly. Otherwise, they want to respond to you.
It took us 7 minutes to go there.
Right, so let's welcome to everybody in the chat. It's nice to see lots of people putting comments in already. Get your questions in there, guys, for Rhys and Rob. As you know, the interaction is always welcomed, so get your questions in there. So the plan of attack for tonight was we was going to have a quick chat about the announcements in the week regarding the manager response to the letter, which I know Rhys is busting to get his teeth into. I have done a little bit of a quiz. Wasn't last minute type of thing. So there's a who am I quiz, and then we'll finish off the evening then with just some random shit that me, Rob, and Rhys tend to talk about anyway. So without further ado, I'll go to Rhys first. Happy they come out and told us or made a decision this week.
I'm half and half. I mean, I'm happy they finally decided to do something, but I'm furious it's taken, 3 months to decide to stick with the same guy? Like, they could have took the pressure off a long time ago with him.
Yeah.
They could have told us something. They could have told us anything. They could have said to us, we're hoping that we're speaking to other people, we're hoping one of them comes through. They could have told us anything. Anything would have been better than having nothing. So the fact they can't have said, though, there's no staff for him to come in. He's only here to the end of the season. Does that mean he can strengthen January? I just think it's an absolute joke, like. But I'll back him, and I just hope the club back him now as well. Because
there's a question. John have just put something in the chat. Thanks, John. Now that a decision has actually been made, we need to see whether the club will now back Rhys, or is this really a stopgap? The results today put pressure on, and Rhys is correct. We need points now. Yeah, spot on. I think I don't know, have you both seen the interview after he was obviously announced? I think they will. I don't know how much they'll give him transfer-wise. I think we've said it before, Rhys and Rob, that we'll probably rely on loans or free transfers. I don't think we're going to be going out and spending millions on players, to be honest. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, I know he's got ties with other clubs, with youngsters, especially Watford, who we were meant to have played today. So it'll be interesting to see perhaps if he's got eyes on maybe some youngsters at clubs he's been at before. What's your thought?
Youngsters. He's not even playing the youngster at Cardiff. So what's the point of bringing in a youngster from a different club?
I think he will now, though. I think the fact that he's got job security means he's probably more. I think he's more free now. I think this is why we've seen Rindorf, I think, the last 2 games. I know he's on the bench against QPR, but he came on the last game. I think that's simply because he's been told, look, the job is yours at the end of the season. So the pressure's off him now. He hasn't got to pick the strongest, starting 11 and bench. He can now bring some of the youngsters through, I think. A bit more freedom, I think. So we probably will see that. I hope so. I think the loan market will probably be forced to use now in January, sorry. And I just hope it's a case of they'll allow him to identify the players he needs rather than them going, here's what you're going to work with. Because we don't need another Kanga come through the door. We need another Tommy Doyle. We know Steve Morrison targeted Tommy Doyle. He said, we scouted him, we looked at him, we watched him. We give a presentation of Man City. we went after him. Same with Cody Dramer. Like, Steve Morrison went after the players he knew we needed in January, and that January saved us. I'm hoping Rhys has an idea what we need, and he's allowed to go out and get the players he needs on loan now. Because I'm sick of the board signing players for us, because some of them are jokes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see now. Like I said, who he wants to keep in the building, who he wants to send out on loan. Look, there was a question asked in the press conference about Joel Colwell. Do they bring him back? Do they keep him out on loan? It's been well documented how well he has done since he's been out on loan. For me, I'd rather see him stay out on loan and get that experience and get the games under his belt rather than come back and be playing for 15, 20 minutes here and there. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, if he comes back, he's got to play.
Go on.
He's got to play. Sorry, Rhys, mate. If he comes back, he's got to play because he's playing first-team regular football at Cheltenham at the moment. So it's no good for his development if he's brought back and then he's pushed back into 21s and given bit part appearances on a match day for the seniors. So if they're going to do it, sound. I love Joe Colwell. I think a lot of people will agree. You two probably the same. He's going to be a better player than his older brother Ruben. I think personally, he seems to have a lot more about him. But if they're going to bring him back, he's got to be playing. He can't just be on the bench.
This is a big statement from me now, right? But I see a young Peter Whittingham in him. I do. I don't know what you bought, and that's a massive statement to make, right? But I think he's got all the ability. He got that left foot as well, haven't he? And I know obviously he's a million miles away from that. I'm just saying potentially he's got that something special about him, and
For me, there's two questions here. One, how long is Turnbull out injured for? Because if Turnbull's out for 3-4 months, bring him back. You can play ahead of Turnbull if he's out injured. But the second point is though, Joe has been playing number 10 for Cheltenham.
Yeah,
and that's Ruben's for us. It depends how would he do in a deeper role for us. I mean, I'm happy with him playing week in, week out Cheltenham. A lot of fans were unhappy, saying he should be a League One. League One's a big step. If you go in there and all of a sudden you get caught out once or twice, you drop completely. There's no trust in you. League Two, I think, there's a bit more faith in him there, so you're allowed to develop a bit better. I'm happy with him there. Again, we need to strengthen that position on a loan in January, I think. So I'd see Ramsey coming back, hopefully. I see Rolsby back in around the squad. I don't think there's a place for Joel yet. I think he will be next season or the year after, maybe. But right now, I'm happy just let him play week in, week out at Cheltenham, chasing the playoffs. It's a different kind of pressure, that is, to fighting relegation. You're chasing the playoffs. I think it's a different animal, and he's in a young squad as well. So he's not looking at... He's probably seen as more of a leader in that squad now because he's amongst all youngsters. So again, his role will be totally different there than it would be here. So I'm happy with him there, won't I?
Yeah, and I think that's the pretty much everybody in the chat has kind of agreed with that. I think good comment there from John. Joel Colwell's a very promising, but needs to play. If he can get a League One team that will give him regular games, it's a step up again. But we can't put Joel on the bench or in the under 21s or 23s, whatever they are nowadays, which is pretty much what we've all gone on and said about.
The only problem is, though, you don't want him going to a League One side fighting relegation. Because if he goes on a game and he's losing 5 or 6 games and the pressure's on him because everyone's tipped how good he is, that could ruin him, do you know what I mean? So keep him League Two, chasing playoffs. You don't want to push him too far yet. Get him a season there and see what he wants next year then with him, I reckon. You got to be careful which side he goes to, us all.
Yeah, 100% agree with you, but it's, at the end of the day, he's a youngster. Is playing for Cheltenham now, no disrespect to the 23s, but it's a different game altogether for me, I believe.
100%,
having that, he's having rave reviews.
Cheltenham's not far away either. So he's probably able to travel back home a lot more. He's not getting homesick because he's coming back at 4. If he's up there, I know, Barnsley or something, he's stuck up there, you don't really know anyone. It could be a different animal again, and he could be struggling to adapt to the culture. But Cheltenham's not too far. He's probably able to travel back more. It's much easier for him.
Yeah, and what I liked about the comment was asked in the press conference, or the question was asked, in the press conference about Joel Colwell. And I like the fact that Rhys said that he'd been and watched him a couple of times, I think he'd said, which, I think we've discussed on podcasts previously that Rhys is going to watch the 23s. He's going to watch the youngsters playing. I'd never seen Bullet do that, or it was never documented or highlighted that Bullet done that. He might have had staff going out to do it, but at least Rhys is, he's the main man now. And as Rhys said, I'll back him as well and support him. The brand of football he's tried to get us to play since he's taken over is by far better than what Bullet was trying to get us to play. So it'll be interesting how he can put some of his stamp on it and, player-wise, and, might have to ship a couple out. And it'd be interesting to see what he brings in.
You look at the stats. I mean, I think the QPR game, they had 3 chances cleared off the line. One of them goes in. It's a different game. We're not losing 2-0, not more. Results have gone against us, but we do look better. And I just think it's clear that he needs extra bodies in us all. I'll back him 100%. I hope he gets faith, youngsters. I'd drop NG, I would, for midweek and put K-Parkia right back. I just think NG needs to be dropped now. I think he's let us down quite a bit now. He does get away with quite a lot as well because he's a fan favourite. Quick enough to slate the likes of a Matty and stuff. I'll drop NG. But I guess it's not my question.
It's an awkward one in the sense, and that was another question that was asked because I think the directors and Tan have said that they want to, the core of the team needs to be youngsters, etc. But he answered the question and he said, it has to be the right balance. Yes, there's youngsters who've got the ability, but it has to have the correct balance with senior players. So he answered the question quite, what's the word I'm looking for?
Diplomatically.
To be honest. And I kind of agreed with him to a certain extent. But like you said earlier, hopefully now that he's got the job until the end of the season, it gives him a little bit more freedom to experiment, should we say, to a certain extent, and give them boys a crack at it. So, it'll be interesting.
That's a good point, though. Jonathan Davis brings up here, though, mate. So Rhys is on a contract to the end of the season, and talk of Gale close in January. He's playing for results, not building for the future. He's more likely to play safe under conditions. So, that's the thing. It's all well and good now saying he's got it now and he can start bringing the youngsters. But at the same point, to play devil's advocate, is he just going to want to play it safe now just to see if he's got a job come the end of the summer?
But
that's the trouble.
You say that, right? You win on Wednesday, you could go up to 16th of the league. And then you've got a game in hand on teams above you as well. I mean, the league is so tight. 2 wins, all of a sudden you're top 10 or something. 3 wins, you're in the playoffs. So, I mean, one good month could change it all through. So, like I said, I think he needs strength in January. That's the big one for us now. I think they've got to trust him in January to go out and sign someone.
Well, mate, if we didn't have the results we had when he first came in, we could have been with QPR right now.
4 wins, 4 whole. That Millwall one was the biggest one. I know we beat Pompey 2-0 and we're playing a final, but that Millwall win was the biggest win for us because it was the first one, and it took so long for it to come in that I think once they had monkeys off the back end, the pressure's not the same. It's not as like every week now we got up beyond one yet. We've done that. We had a little run. We've struggled the last few weeks, but the performances have been okay. Just think if we could turn 1 or 2 of them into wins now, again, get some points on the board. We got to claw our way back up there because come January, the last thing you want to do is be fighting relegation, trying to convince players to join you. You're paying over the odds then on wages and stuff. If you're mid-table, you'll have a much easier time.
Here's a question for you both, then, right? After Jeff just posted this comment regarding Capaccio, he watched him against Bournemouth in the week for the under-23s. He done all right, but for large parts of the game, maybe, didn't do the best then, should we say, or was quiet. So obviously we've say blessed at the moment. We've got a strong back line with Gutas, Chambers, Jesper Darland, Will Fish. Do you think he would probably mix it around and play one of them and before playing Capaccio if he had to drop NG?
Yeah, well, we've seen What game was it?
Remote to play right back.
Yeah, Renamota's played there as well.
We beat someone a few weeks ago. I can't think of it is now. On a Tuesday night. And Darlan came on and played right back for part of the game. Right towards the end. I can't think who it was now.
Oh, Christ, I can't think where I was. So many games to choose from.
Your phone out. Get on Google, Rhys. Come on.
Trying to think now. It might have been Portsmouth. He came on, he did, and played right back for us.
Plymouth, maybe? Was it Plymouth a midweek game?
No, it was a Saturday, that was.
All right, sorry, bud.
I'm trying to think now. But yeah, Darlan came on, played right back. First thing he did, he clattered the right winger, or the left winger, clattered him, took him out, made himself known. Again, I think he'd play him left back. He could play Bagan right back. I think Will Fish could play right back. I think there's options there, I think, anyway. So, but I just think Angel dropped for 1 or 2 games now because he's been not performing and he seems to be undroppable for some reason at the minute.
Oh, that's balls from Jeff, the Angel.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reno is the man. I thought he'd done well the game. I can't remember that again. My memory's not the best.
I remember he doing okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he done all right, didn't he? And I just love his attitude.
He's one of the best players in the championship at the moment, by the way.
I just love his attitude, but he's a player who's perhaps haven't had the... We all thought he was gone before the season started, didn't we? I think he was out on loan towards the end of last... Was it Rotherham he went to at the end of the season last year? And I think we didn't expect him to come back and play, did we? But fair play to him. I take my hat off to him because his attitude, when he has come back into the side, largely that's coming off the bench. He hasn't looked out the place at all, and he's bust a gut for us. I don't think he's a player who's going to set the championship alight, but he's a typical Cardiff player in the sense that when he's on that field, he's going to bust his balls and give you 100% every time he got that shirt on.
Yeah. Really impressed with that attitude because a lot of players down tools a bullet. Yeah. A lot of players, if not playing, they're having tantrums, causing problems. He's kept his head down, worked his socks off. I think we went to a game, didn't we? I think the Millwall game, and he came on for 10 minutes and he stayed out at the end of the game doing extra fitness work with the fitness coaches. And I see that. Rather than just going in the tunnel, shower and get changed and go home, he's staying there to work harder himself. Like, dedication like that goes on sometimes. So it's just a shame, really, because I think he could have been a firm fan favourite if he played more games.
Yeah, 100%. Comment from John again. There are probably at least 6 young players who can, for the basis of a future first team. They have to be convinced that they have a future or we could lose them to other clubs. Yeah, it's a good point.
Spot on, but...
Jonathan Davis, we went to a back three in the game Rhys is thinking of. It was a game we were losing and tried to attack. It was to send O'Dowda further forward, I think, against Blackburn. Or maybe QPR, he said. Right, before we move on to the quiz that I've thrown together last minute, the other thing I wanted to mention and let Rhys have a bit of a rant, because I know he loves a rant on a Saturday night. I think he gets frustrated because he's in work all day and he likes to get a bit of aggression out on a Saturday evening. But obviously, I think it was the beginning of the week or towards the end of last weekend, there was a letter sent to the club on behalf of the FAB or something like that it's called, or something like that.
FAB. Yeah.
Fan Advisory Board, is it?
That's the one, yeah.
Sent a letter to the club, and I think, did the reply come out, was it yesterday or this morning?
Today, I believe, wasn't it? It was the Wales Online that came out.
Yeah, so you take that with a pinch of salt, mine, but I think I have seen it on the official Cardiff City website as well. So I know, Rhys, you've probably got your teeth into it and had a look through it. What's your overall opinion on the reply, mate?
For my opinion, you have to go through the proper channels to get it, I reckon. I think it's got 9 o'clock, isn't it?
The flower hour, Rhys, you mean? Is that a proper channel?
I think it's a fucking disgrace, honestly. What an absolute disgusting thing. This shows how little they care. That even the response that the fans are worried is, you haven't done this right. We don't like this being public. You shouldn't have made this public. You should have come to us privately. Why? They were just lied to their teeth anyway. What an absolute joke our chairman is and our board is. We know Tan is making decisions, but if Dalman come out and said, look, we don't know what's going on, at least we did go, at least he's told us. The fact he hides behind Tan all the time and he always pops his head up when things are going right. And that letter was disgusting, that response was, I thought. Typical from him. Absolutely just typical. Honest to God, I can't wait till they're gone. I can't wait till someone comes and buys it and has them forcibly removed. Throw them out, literally. I hope we protest against them. I hope back home, wherever they live in, they get to see the name in the papers being branded as Cardiff fans want them gone. Can't stand them, honestly.
Yeah. And the comment John have just said there is pretty much what I said to you before we come on live. I didn't think it was a response, to be honest. It was just a statement saying that we should have gone through the correct channels. Yeah, it was just a joke, if I'm honest. But it is what it is. I don't want to rant and rave too much about it tonight because I just don't want to give him the waste my time, to be honest. And I don't want to waste your time either, gents. So, Rob, have you got anything to add to the response? But
no, I think Rhys summed that up perfectly, to be honest. It was quite mild, mate. I was half expecting to go on for a bit longer and a bit more aggressive, but this show's obviously a bit more cultured than the Flower Hour, so well done, boys.
It's all that. I'm going to the game on Wednesday. I don't want my season ticket to be blocked, so I got to be careful.
Yeah, they're probably doing you a favour. No, I've seen that a few media posts. I've seen that they're planning protests, various games and things like that, but obviously that's just hearsay, isn't it? So remains to be seen, but I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if it comes. But then on the back of that, how many protests have we seen at different clubs over the years and where's that got them realistically? I'm all for a protest and whatever, but reality is it doesn't really do much, I don't think, personally. But
yeah, I just think we need to focus all our energy now on getting behind Rhys and the boys who are going to be out on the field. And yeah, let's just hope that December now is difficult because fixtures come thick and fast. Like you said, you can win a couple of games and go shooting up the league. We lose a couple of games and then we're right back down in the shit, and we. So hopefully,
what I do want to say is, so on the response today, Mike, they did say our next fan meeting is Monday. So I'm hoping whoever is on that fan advisory board really puts the questions to doesn't, because I've seen a lot of these interview things they've done with the club, and a lot of them just asking basic questions, trying to avoid upsetting anyone on the board. I hope they really do stick the knife in now and ask these questions, because I'm sick of this board, honestly.
I think we should nominate you to get on that fan advisory board, Rhys.
Oh, I'll be banned. Grow some fucking balls and have a word with them, because again, this is disgusting the way they treated fans.
If anybody knows anybody who is on the fan advisory board who would like to come on the Flower Hour or our show on a Saturday night, tell them to get in touch with us.
Is Martin on it? Is Martin one of them? One of
I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to ask.
you know what I'm about, don't you?
Yeah, Martin Davis.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought he might be, but yeah, quite current as you were.
Yeah,
honestly, I hope they stick the knife in and ask these questions, because it's absolutely ridiculous. I'd be banned as soon as I go there. I know I'd get a ban. I can guarantee it. But I hope the fans actually just ask questions, because I'm sick of seeing some of the responses.
Jonathan Davis is in the same boat as you, but I'd be banned after the first meeting as well.
Oh, that's exactly.
Yeah.
I'll be flipping chairs.
Should we get balls deep into this little quiz thing I've got?
Yeah, before we start, I got one quick thing. Why is Paul's name in the chat green?
No idea.
He joined us on our Patreon, but he did it through YouTube.
Oh, happy days.
Ah.
Paul's joined us. Welcome. But it's now in green rather than standard.
He's a full-blown member now. Welcome aboard, Paul.
Oh, mate. Oh, happy days. Sorry, I didn't realise what it looked like, but there we are.
If anybody else wants...
You have members on the 1927 club, see you?
Yeah. I wonder if we have somebody from New Zealand as well, LA, in it. Normally tunes in.
Global, now see what? Global.
Oh, I just see the same faces on years I do on a freaking Wednesday. You're chatting shit, boys. If not less. At least your mum watches mine with me on a Wednesday.
She's too busy cut stuff down in there. She's too busy cut stuff on a Saturday, and she down in Jackland having naked cutches upstairs.
Jack bastards like.
Right, go on, move on.
Just before we do move on to the quiz, again, just to thank Paul for joining. If anybody else does want to join for the price of less than a price of a cup of coffee a month, the information has been going across the bottom of the screen throughout the show. Gives you all the information you need to become a member. I think there's obviously different types of memberships you can get. I think the cheapest one is something like £2.50 a month. Really does help Si and the channel. So yeah, if you can have a little look at it, guys. I know it's obviously difficult at the moment. Lots of people are struggling. Obviously, don't do it if you can't, but any support you can give the channel, it is massively appreciated. So, have a little look at it if you can. And obviously, like Paul, your name will be green in the chat going forward. So, happy days. Right then, gentlemen. Who are my quiz?
Matthew Angel.
What's that? Fucking quick. They're all players in the current squad then, right? So it shouldn't be too difficult. Rob, even you might get a couple right tonight, but
safe.
So let's have a little look at it.
Wait, hang on. Do we shout the answer out as soon as we get it right? Don't get it, or?
Well, I don't know. I think you should turn your phone off first, Rhys.
I'm using my phone.
I'm using the phone. I reckon you should do the Ayatollah for the next 20 minutes.
I'm using the phone for the pod. I can't even close it down if I wanted to.
Right. First question, or first set of clues, right?
Hang on, mate.
Don't be a dick.
I
have represented my country at under 16s, under 18s, under 19s, and under 21s. I am an attacking midfielder. I signed my first professional contract in 2022. I then signed a 5-year contract in 2023. Who am I?
Ian Ashford.
Ooh. Joel Colwell.
So we've gone, GD Parry's gone with Colwell. Rhys went with Colwell.
Hang on, is that Ruben or Joel Colwell?
He said Joel Colwell. Clean your ears out, bud. Rob went with Ian Ashford.
I'm on GD Parry, you melt.
Oh, sorry, bud. Jonathan Davis went with Ruben Colwell. We'll give him a couple of seconds.
I'm sure Ruben's played for the first team of Wales, isn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's made an appearance for Wales. That's why I didn't go Ruben, because of that, unless your numbers are wrong, Ainge.
Paul in green have said Joel Colwell. GD Paddy
Ruben. Your Carlin Swigger.
Your Carlin Swigger. The correct answer is young Joel Colwell.
Ooh, nice.
Moving on to number 2. I got 10 of these altogether, guys, so bear with me.
Lovely job. All good.
I have represented England at under 17s, under 18s, and under 19s. I made my debut for a Premier League club in 2021. At 21, I have already played for teams in 3 different countries. I am a versatile defender. Who am I?
Will Fish.
Cam Chambers.
Rhys has gone straight in with Will Fish. Rob has gone straight in with Callum Chambers. Jonathan Davis has gone straight in with Callum Chambers. We'll give the guys time to catch up. Going back to the last question, Jonathan Davis said both signed new deals regarding Ruben and Joel. Both signed new deals the same day. But I think Rhys is right. Ruben, 4 years. Joel got 5 years.
Didn't you say this one signed his first professional contract in 2021?
I'll have a little look now, but
22, I think.
This current question.
Oh, no.
No, he made his debut for a Premier League club in 2021.
Oh, yeah. Well, Cam Chambers was at Arsenal a few years ago, so he won't be here, man.
Yeah, it's not Cam Chambers out. Fuck me.
All right,
Yeah.
stop showing off, Rhys. Stop showing off. You've given your answer now.
Yeah, well, no, Google, obviously, innit? No Google. Just showing.
I didn't hear that. I got to be honest, didn't hear that bit. Definitely not Chambers.
Paul in green. Paul's now going to be known as the Green Man, I think. Paul said NG. Jeff Dela Cruz.
I think.
Is Chambers, GD Parry Chambers, John Watkins, Will Fish. The correct answer is young Will Fish. Good work, Rhys. Good work, John. Number 3. I've represented my country at under 18s, 19s, and 21s, and also senior level. I made my professional debut in 2012. I have played in the Belgian League, the Polish League, and the Turkish League. I arrived in Wales in 2023. Who am I? Rob, straight in with Dimi Gutas.
Yeah, I agree with that. Great shout.
He didn't even think, did he? He was bang, straight in there.
I love my Dimmy, mate.
Hasn't scored a goal for a while, mind of he.
Oh, no, mate. My bet will come eventually. Dimmy and CO just both score. I'm telling you.
The Green Man have said CO. Jonathan have said CO.
That's another good shout. Could be CO, actually.
John Watkins has said Gutas.
Ooh. John's had the last 2 right, so I'm happy with that, actually. And Rhys said Dimmy, so...
Yeah, but Rhys said Dimmy after you said it.
Yes.
No, he didn't get a chance, really, because it was bang straight off the top of his tongue, right?
I know. You shouldn't copy me, guys, because I said Chambers straight away, and a few of you copied me then, so...
Jonathan Davis says Gutas don't get many call-ups. I don't think he has had many call-ups, but he has been called up. I'll have to get Sai to get a countdown on here for us when we do get a countdown. 7 letters. The correct answer is Demetrius Gutas. Good work, Robert.
Cheers, Rob. You're very welcome.
There you go. Next one. I have represented my country at senior level.
CO.
I signed for my first championship club in 2015. I played over 120 times for that club. I am a versatile midfielder, and I arrived in Cardiff in 2022. Who am I?
Oh, Rhys, I'd say.
Straight in with Rhys. Didn't think about that for long.
How many appearances do you say, Ange?
Over 120.
Championship appearances.
For a championship club, yeah.
And when did you say you arrived at Cardiff, or you didn't say?
2022. Reno, shit. Jonathan have said. O'Dowda, the Green Man have said. Jeff Dela Cruz, our Irish follower.
Hasn't Reno been here for a few years now? About 3 or 4 years, hasn't he?
Oh, about 2 years. I think it was in the Bullet, wasn't it? Was it Bullet?
I'll go O'Dowda then. I'll go O'Dowda. I think it could be Reno in fairness, but I think we'll go O'Dowda.
Reno's a radio for a few years.
Jeff Dela Cruz, yeah. Reno. John Watkins, Reno. The correct answer was Andy Rinomota. Yeah. Flying. Rhys is flying.
He's been here for a bit longer.
Right, next one. Again, he's had international honours at under 17s, 18s, 21s, and senior level. He's well-travelled. He's played in the French League, the German League, English League, and the Dutch Leagues. Scored a goal in a playoff final against Derby County. Once got sent off for mistaken identity. And he's an attacking player. Who am I?
El Ghazi.
Straight off the top, then. El Ghazi, Robert.
Yeah, El Ghazi for Villa. Yeah, well done. Fuck, I forgot about El Ghazi, and yeah, great shout.
See? I'm not as dull as I look.
Teamwork.
Jonathan Davis goes with El Ghazi as well. The green man says El Lazio. I think you spelled that wrong.
Oh, bloody autocorrect.
Now you remember, but you can put whatever you want in it. But
fuck it.
Jeff Dela Cruz, El Ghazi. Al Ghazi.
I love this. Some of the spans of these that makes me laugh. El Lazio.
That's what he meant.
That's the
correct answer is Anwar El Ghazi. Good, Rob.
Thanks, Pat.
Yeah, here's a nice one for you. I have been at the club for over 14 years. However, I didn't sign my first professional contract until 2023. I have represented my country at under-21s. I scored my first professional goal in my third league appearance. And what a goal it was. Who am I?
Ooh.
Ian Ashford.
Yeah, it's something, isn't it?
Sounds like there should be, because I'm sure he just made a couple of appearances and he scored, didn't he? It was albeit it was a deflected goal, but
Rob's gone straight in with Ian Ashford.
Was it Southampton? I think he scored, wasn't he? He cut inside in the bottom corner.
Yeah, great finish.
Right in front of you in the Canton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Paul, the man in green, has gone Ashford. Jeff Dela Cruz has gone for Lorna's, Rhys's mum's favourite player.
Big Keon.
Big Keon Atete. He's got to be due back soon, hasn't he?
Picked up another knock, didn't he?
Sniper at him. I'm looking forward to him coming back. I am anyway, and seeing what he's like under Rhys, to be honest.
Well, he's got to be a better option off the bench than Kanga, but then at the minute I'm happy with what Reindorf has done. Only one game. Reindorf has impressed me from one game only, so I like to see what he does. I think hopefully he's at Wednesday night now and get some minutes as well.
Yeah. Oh, but he's back in the chat. Rhys, Paul Graham, how's tricks, buddy? Did you boys play today? Sunderland fan, if I'm right, Rhys, is he?
That's the one, yeah.
I don't know if Sunderland played today, did they? Nice comment from John, but my nan is a better option than Kanga and mine, and she's been gone for 11 years, bless her. Jeff Dela Cruz, I am better off the bench than Kanga. Yeah, we'll leave that for tonight, I think.
I still get that dream where someone goes on injured, they call someone from the stand to come on and play. Kanga's play. I think I'm got a chance now, like.
I was wondering where you're going with that, then, mate. I'm not gonna lie.
The correct answer was Ian Ashford. Another one. Good work, Robert.
Pro at this shit.
I was a well-travelled defender. Represented my country at under-21 level. I've played well over 600 games in my career. Over 100 of them were for Cardiff City. Here's your clue. When I finished playing, I went into coaching. Who am I?
Morrison.
Dan and Purse.
Rob went with Sean Morrison. Rhys has gone with Darren Purse.
Yeah, Percy, of course it is. Oh no, he went well travelled though, was he?
Birmingham, Millwall, I think all of the UK, wasn't he? Up and down.
Cov.
He played for a ridiculous amount of clubs, Percy.
Yeah. I know, that's I say it now, and I can just name half a dozen just off the cuff.
Go on then.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday, Millwall, Birmingham, Cardiff, obviously. I think did he play for Preston at some point as well?
Not sure. Correct answer is Darren Purse. Well done.
In all fairness, though, hang on. In all fairness, he's not a current player, though, is he? So I think that's a bit of a bullshit question there.
It's not a bullshit question at all, but he's part of the fucking team, isn't he? He's a fucking staff member.
Yeah.
Paul Graham, thanks for tuning in, Paul. Good to see you boys had a 2-1 win, home to Stoke. Happy days.
Yeah, from Davis. I think he was at West Brom as well, mate. I think he went past most of the Midlands.
Right, next one. During my younger years, I represented 2 different countries between under 15s and under 19s. My youth career seen me switch alliances for another club in the same city. A family member has also played for Cardiff City, and I arrived in Cardiff in 2024.
Alex Robertson.
Oh, good shout. 100%, that's right. Great shout.
Alex Robertson.
Yeah, I couldn't get the name of my head quick enough, then. Spot on.
Great striker's goal against Coventry, wasn't
it? Yeah, lovely finish.
I like him.
Hopefully, we'll see a lot more of that as well.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Really big fan of his.
Here's Jonathan Davis is spot on here. So at youth, he was youth levels under 15s to 19s. He played for England first, then he went to Australia. But it's mad to think now that he's thinking of switching alliances again to go and play for Scotland, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, do you see, is it Pan was on with you, wasn't he, Rob? And he said he could play for Peru.
Yeah, he can play for Peru as well, mate. That's wild. Like, I think you think of the piss now, the amount of country like you can go for. I'm surprised, and I would be surprised if he doesn't go down the Scotland route and just set up camp here, like Uncle Gav, and just run with that personally. I think he would do no disrespect to Australia and Peru, but I think get him in that Scotland team. Scotland doing okay at the moment. Get him in midfield with Scott McTominay, who's doing very well out in Italy at the moment as well. I think that's a solid bloody midfield for Scotland, in fairness.
They've got some good players over there. Lewis Ferguson's out of Bologna. They've got some great players up in other leagues Scotland have.
Yeah. No, I hope he does, obviously entirely up to him, but I'd be happy for all those involved if he did choose Scotland. And I think from a selfish point of view, from a Cardiff perspective, you want him doing internationals local, like in Scotland. You don't want him flying halfway around the world on international DED to Australia. You've got to think of that as well.
If he plays for Peru, you call him Alexo Robertson. You add another into his value. So,
well, do you remember that guy? What was that guy? Was he Chilean or something like that? Oh,
Gary
Barton. No, Barton Diaz.
Ben Berton, and he had a Diaz at the end of his name to make it sound more Spanish. Robert Sanino or something to call him. Check that 10 million on his price tag.
Oh, Christ alive.
Right, 2 more to go, boys. I have represented my country at under 20s, 23s, and senior level. I have never scored a goal. I have played in Norway, Belgium, and the English leagues. When I arrived at Cardiff, I signed a 3.5-year deal.
Ooh, that darling, that does.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be 3.5 because he signed in the summer. That's what I was thinking at first, mate. That summer was signed in January, that is, isn't it? Because why would you sign a deal that'll take up to January?
You are right, but you're not as dull as you look, you.
That's not bad.
That's my logic behind it.
So where's he got together, sorry?
Say that again.
Where do you see he played?
He has played. Let me just double check, make sure I've got the right one now. He has played in Belgium, England, and Norway.
Never scored a goal, right?
Never scored a goal.
Well, I won't be Kanga. Kanga scored. Bagan has scored for us. Won't be him. Would have scored. I see.
Shall I give you another clue?
Yeah.
Hang on, never scored a goal.
Never scored a goal is a pretty big clue.
Horvath or something, a keeper. Belgium. He's played it, so it'll be a keeper for the goal.
And he was at Crystal? Was it Crystal? No, it wasn't Crystal Palace. He was at. Was it?
We signed Horvath. We signed Horvath in January as well. He was at Luton. American, come over to Belgium for a green card or Norway for a green card, wherever. I say Horvath.
No, that's a great shout.
Horvath is the correct answer.
Yeah, that's a very good shout. Good work.
Process of elimination end, boys. You work together well.
I'll take a bonus point there for working out the halfway through the season contract. So
fair play.
Right, last one. I have played for my country at all age grades from under 15s to under 21s. I have played in Belgium and Norway. I signed my first professional contract in 2019. I am a defender. Who am I? Straight off the bat there with Darland for Robert. His name's been mentioned a few times tonight, hasn't it? The Green Man has said Darland.
Say the question again, sorry.
Yeah. I have played for my country at all age grades from under 15s to under 21s. I have played in the Belgium and Norwegian leagues. I signed my first professional contract in 2019. And I am a defender.
Ooh. See, I'm thinking Joe Big in a minute. Because again, he's defender. He went on loan, didn't he, to... Oh, I don't know.
You're overthinking this, but...
Yeah, just go Darland then. Fuck it, go Darland.
You talked right out of that, didn't you?
How manipulated are you?
No, I know Big and went on loan to, is it Belgium, I think he did, but I can't think of his club of the Norway went to.
The correct answer is Darland. And that is that brings the end of the little quiz.
Right, see, my phone, I can't use Google, my phone is old. See?
No,
I carried you through that quiz, most of it.
That's all 2 questions. You had it. Yeah, I won't lie.
I'm really teasing you, but
no, good crack and great interaction from the guys in the chat as well. Cheers all for
it's good fun.
Taking part, getting involved. A little bit of fun on a Saturday night. As I said, it was a little bit different, right? Because we haven't had any football to talk about. Any of you watch any Premiership games or anything this afternoon?
I've just come home. I've literally come home and jumped in here.
Yeah,
I started watching a little bit of the Manx. I seen they went 1-0 down early doors, and then I seen it finished 3-2. So
unlucky for them.
I see Brentford had a good win. Did they beat Newcastle 4-2 or something like that?
Yeah, game. That was quite a good game, and the was it Palace Man City was a good game too. That was
how did that finish? 2-2?
2-2. Yeah, Man City. Palace went 2-1 up. Man City equalised, and then a player sent off then as well. So it was quite a good game. Yeah, he scored, equalised, and then got sent off. Well, not the same.
What's your thoughts about the current run they're on at the moment, Man City?
Oh,
I know it's not Cardiff related, but obviously I think the show tonight, the Flower Hour meets the 1920s. I think the last little bit, we'll just talk random, some random stuff.
I think it shows how strong the Premier League is. I think it's a credit to the Premier League to show that teams are taking points from City. I think it's only been blown up like this because it's Pep. I think if Arsenal going to run like this, it's just Arsenal or it's just United. This is because it's Pep. I think that's why it's big news. But what's the odds though? He asked for another £100 million to spend in January now to sign another 4 players. Then he'll moan. So I don't know. But I just think it's good for the Premier League.
Do you think they'll allow him to spend that type of money now before all this financial bullshit is announced?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Spend what you can now, because you might not be able to spend in 2 years' time. So get everything you need to get it done now with the way.
It's bonkers how long he's gone on for, though, isn't it? You know, you look at Everton. Was it last season or the season? Last season, wasn't it? I think they had points deducted, didn't they?
Yeah, Forest, I think, did as well. West Ham, did they get points? Or they appealed, but it's ridiculous. So it's like 117 charges and it's still going on.
Sheffield United did as well, didn't they? Well, they had their start of the season, Sheffield United. On the back of that, it's wild. It's wild, mate. And I was reading something a couple of days ago that there's not going to be a conclusion till the end of the season now, at the earliest.
Do you think it'll end up getting brushed under the carpet? I just baffles me how long it will keep going.
It'll be a big fine. It'll be a big fine, mate, and a transfer window ban. They won't relegate them. They got the best lawyers in the country and the world. They won't relegate them. They'll have a big fine, which is irrelevant, really, for the money they got, and maybe a 2 or 3 window transfer ban. As good as that.
What they'll do is, they'll say the ban starts from January onwards. So in the summer, you can spend all the money you need to now to get the players in, and then we'll punish you.
Yeah.
That's a little bit. They'll say you can't spend money to sign players. You can only sign frees and loans. And all of a sudden, then, players out of contract will go to Man City for big, big money. Again, nothing will change.
They'll use their sister clubs then. They got a team in Spain, Germany, Girona, and the US as well. They got teams all over the world. These owners own, and they'll find loopholes around it to ensure that they'll get what's done. And it's just pathetic. It's just pathetic.
But is that what's got him in trouble in the first place? I don't know too much about it, to be honest. I've never got into it and looked at it, but yeah, surely there's
a lot to it, mate. There's a lot. That's part of it, and there's just so much to it. There's too much. You can even divulge in like 5 minutes of airtime now. It's ridiculous. I do recommend those who are not too aware of it to look into it, because it is mad, like the charges and things like that. But like I said, worst case scenario, they're getting transfer bans, I think, and a fine. They ain't getting points deduction. They sure as hell ain't getting stripped of titles and getting relegated. There's no way in a million years. The Premier League
what fine would be sufficient enough? Because whatever they find them, they just play at the back pocket. I mean nothing to us.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Well, that's what it is.
There used to be that rule in there. So if you feel the weak inside, you get like a £10,000 deduction. You do. But for every under 21 player or under 18 player you bring through, you get a £2,000 bonus. So Luton a couple of years ago got fined £10,000 for feeding the weak inside in the FA Cup, but also rewarded £15,000 for playing all youngsters. So they're punishing them and rewarding them at the same time. It's ridiculous. That's
wild.
It's pointless.
I didn't know about that. That's absolutely wild.
It's just pointless.
Scott Carson got the best job in the world. I know. I mean,
oh mate, the lad's stealing a living for the last 10 years, 15 years. He is.
You can't knock him, can you? At the end of the day.
Oh,
but again, that's just covering another loop.
By all accounts, he's very good for the kids there. By all accounts, he's very good for the youth academy there. For the young keepers, he's really hands-on. Well, that sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? But he's quite helpful with the... he helps the youngsters with their ball skills, keeping skills and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
leave it at that now, man.
It's dedication.
We're over the wall.
No, you're not going to play, but you're not going to play, but you train hard every single day regardless. I think that shows... And Pep keeps giving him new deals all the time. So obviously he's doing something to impress them. So he's working hard. It's not as if he's slacking off. He's putting the hours in and the graft in. So fair play to him.
And it does help that he's helping fix the English player quota at the club as well, which that helps with Man City, of course, getting Hines player quota in.
You mean Rhodri's not English?
What's that?
I said, you're trying to tell me Rhodri's not English?
Mate, and I don't want to harp on too much about him. I don't want to sound like Rhodri talking about Manchester teams. But it's just going to show, I think, the last few weeks how much Rhodri has missed. How big a player he actually was there, because without him there, and Gundogan is a great footballer, but he's past his best now. Kovacic isn't all that defensive-wise, and it just goes to show what Man City are missing in that position. I think personally.
Yeah. Are they going to catch Liverpool?
No.
all the best teams have got someone for that position, don't they? Barca had Busquets, Chelsea had Makelele, Arsenal had Vieira. You've got, Canton for Leicester. All the best teams that win have someone in that position who just does the job. We had Gunnarsson. Like, you need that one player for that one position, and you can't replace someone they drop off. I mean, it's...
That's the horrible work.
Before we start wrapping up, guys, I do want to just... I don't know if you can see that in there. A good friend of mine, a chap called Gareth Davis, is very good at painting on slate and things. He's got a Facebook page, Painted by Gareth, is called. He does various different slates, coffee coasters or, tea coasters or whatever. And everything he does, he sells, he contributes a percentage of whatever he makes to Signposted Cymru, which is a mental health charity. I know all three of us on here now are passionate about mental health and being able to support people if we can. So if you are, ideal time of year now to have a little look, ideal Christmas gifts and things. And by supporting him, obviously, he does make a donation to Signposted Cymru. So Painted by Gareth is his Facebook page. He's a great bloke. He does some great stuff for Signposted Cymru. Like I said, Signposted Cymru is a mental health charity. They act as immediate intervention for people who are struggling. And rather than having to wait, weeks and months to go and see somebody, if you are struggling, they will get you seen ASAP. So if it is anybody struggling out there, Signposted Cymru, the chap who runs it is a name called Darren Thomas, who I know very well. So if anybody is out there who needs a little bit of support, get in touch, guys. Numbers can be passed on. They've got a Facebook page as well, Signposted Cymru. And some of the work they do for people is, is fantastic. So any support you can give them as well, I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Can you share this on your socials later, Ian, so we can share around as well, mate?
Yeah, no problems. I shall share what I can. They do fantastic work. And
quality work, but
on that. So before we wrap up, gents, obviously the weekend for us, Rob, has been wiped out. No grassroots football over the weekend. Nice to spend some time indoors with the family, but today.
Yeah.
No comment?
Yeah, great, mate. I can't wait. I can't wait. Great. It's great this weekend. Yeah. No, it's different, mate. It is what it is. And all I can say is thank God for Xboxes, PlayStations, and YouTube. And, of course, Carlin to help me get through it, of course.
But this is something, there was a post I shared in our coaches group in the week, and I know Rhys has been involved in discussions we've had about grassroots football and stuff before. That Noel Mooney put a post on Twitter in the week, didn't he, about things they can do to help improve grassroots football at all levels. I don't know if you did put a comment on it in the end, but there was a lot of discussions and questions on there posted to him about, having a break through the winter because I can't even remember the last time we played a game, but was it 3-4 weeks ago maybe?
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks now, and sorry not to bore you all. I know obviously it's going way off the Cardiff topic, but yeah, it's been 3 weeks now, and we're due to host next weekend, and our pitch is out of action till the new year. So we are relying on being able to book ourselves onto Brynmawr to able to get the boys some game time. Otherwise, we would be talking about close to 8 weeks after the Christmas period then before we kick a ball again on a Sunday, So, it's something needs to be done, mate. And I know summer's it's a miss because obviously people go on holidays and things like that. But I'd sure as hell rather go about 1 or 2 players every other week than going 3 or 4 or 5 weeks without any football whatsoever. So I think that speaks for itself at the end of the day, doesn't it? But
100%.
Means we see, mate. What's he said? Oh. And I tell you what, John Davis is getting banned, mate. And then he follows it with, was it girl in the black and red? Oh, mate. I'm not as hard as you, Johnny boy. Can't drink the Orangy Boom. I don't think can you even buy Orangy Boom anymore, apart from maybe some local convenience corner shops. Is that probably where you can go now, is it?
I'm sure it's out there. Right, guys. Rhys, obviously you were at the stadium Wednesday, weather permitting.
I'll be there at the game, yeah, I'll be there. I think we should be fine. Well, you mentioned the weather, just to say to everyone, stay safe if you're watching.
100%.
Make sure you keep yourself safe, guys.
Flower Hour, potentially we might have to do it on Tuesday night because obviously the game is Wednesday next week, Rob. So we'll have a chat with Si, is it?
Yeah, I definitely can't do it Thursday, mate. But yeah, Tuesday would work for me, buddy. If it works for yourself and Si, no problem. Yeah. Monday for Paul and any other patrons out there as well. We should be back on Monday for a patron show. Some regard, whether it's myself, Angel and Rhys. Not that Rhys, the Psycho Rhys, or in some way, shape, or form, we'll have a patron show on Monday, hopefully.
Awesome. Thank you very much, gents. Before we do go, last little thing again at the bottom of the screen. You can join the Ace Podcast Nation Army, as we like to call it, for the price of a cup of coffee a month. Have a little look at the banner that's gone across the bottom of the screen to support the channel. Be much appreciated. After the video's finished, gone live, if you can go back on and add any comments or thumbs up and hearts and all that malarkey, if you can. It does help the algorithm of the videos, which helps the show. So any support you can do that way is much appreciated. If anybody does have any questions regarding the Patreon or wants to find out a little bit more, I'm sure you can message myself, Rob, Rhys. They'll all answer your questions, I'm sure. But yeah, just get in touch if you need to. But thanks again, everyone, for your interaction. We can't do it without, or we can do it without you, but it's not as good without the interaction, if I'm honest. Thanks, Rob, for obviously jumping back in on a Saturday. And Rhys, top man, I know you didn't get in from work till nearer on clocking in time for the show. So thanks, buddy, for rushing home. Much appreciated. Rob, I shall see you Tuesday. Rhys, I'm sure I'll see you Wednesday at the footy. Everybody else, stay safe out there. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
Have a flower.
Have a Bluebird. Oh.